charcoal grills are allowed.
And not make new.
I'm white. I got you, bro.
Yeah, and, illegally selling water without a permit
On my property.
Whoa! Hey!
You don't live here.
I'm uncomfortable.
All right, folks. So we were all quite amused when we saw this tweet on yesterday from a Patricia Morgan. She tweeted, "I had a black friend. I liked her, and I think she liked me too. But now she is hostile and unpleasant. And I am sure I didn't do anything to her except be white. Is that what teachers and our political leaders really want for our society? Divide us because of our skin color? Hashtag CRT for critical race theory." Well, after a couple of hours, we saw this tweet. LOL, it me. I'm the black friend. Tiara Mack, who is a lawmaker in Rhode Island. She joins us now on Roland Martin Unfiltered. Tiara, you may have been, you were watching that. You probably were like, what's that segment? We have a segment called Crazy Ass White People. And the segment usually is for the white folks who are accosting black people who just trying to deliver packages, trying to sell lemonade, trying to barbecue. But it certainly was fitting for this one here. People, I mean, you see with those numbers there, how many people responded to that. So what was your reaction when you saw Patricia Morgan's tweet about, "I had a black friend, now I don't"?
I know for a fact that Patricia Morgan does not have any black friends. Just last week, Patricia Morgan and I are colleagues in the Rhode Island State House. I am 28 years old. I am black. I am queer. And last week, I had tweeted that I would not be restarting my student loan payments shortly before President Biden extended the deferment of student loan payments until May of next year. And she retweeted me saying that I was arrogant and disgusting. And this is a colleague that I have not had the pleasure of meeting in the Rhode Island State House yet, but I do know that she is one of our more colorful colleagues, known for her white supremacist ideas, including anti-immigrant sentiments, anti-refugee sentiments, anti-black sentiments, anti-LGBTQ sentiments. And so having had just had this interaction with her as a black woman last week, I thought it would be funny to say that I was the black friend, knowing full and well that because of who Rep. Patricia Morgan is and the ideas that she holds, that no black person is claiming her as a friend.
The thing that she also apparently has sponsored a critical race theory bill.
Yes, she has sponsored many pieces of harmful legislation in Rhode Island, to the point where many members of the Rhode Island GOP do not claim her and have also been seen to distance themselves from her, especially with this tweet. She was, I think, hoping to activate her base or sensationalize anti-CRT legislation. But as we can see, that really blew up back in her face. And as someone who has been the target of many local Rhode Island attacks from white supremacist trolls, it's a little funny to see it kind of going back in her face, because did she deserve it? Yes, she did. Especially when the day before my birthday, she fixed her fingers to type that I was arrogant and disgusting on Twitter. So I think this is a wake-up call to folks that Black Twitter will always come through for its homies.
The thing that also is just curious, not only that, I had a black friend. Okay, now look, you know, I know Jeffrey Osborne, I know my Claudia Jordan. I'm always messing with them about the few number of black people in Rhode Island. They're natives of Rhode Island. But my goodness, you know, when she said I had a black friend, clearly gave the impression she'll know nobody else black.
Yeah, I mean, Rhode Island does have some black people. Like we are here. I'm here. I'm not a native Rhode Islander. I am from. I grew up in Atlanta and in South Carolina. I'm a transplant, but there we got some.
How you get to Rhode Island? You left
Um,
you left the black Mecca for Rhode Island?
Yes, well, I came up here to go to Brown University. So yes, I did leave the Black Mecca to come up to Rhode Island, and it's been giving me a headache since. But I do love Rhode Island, and I think it has a lot to offer. And we have some really great, aside from what you see, Rep. Patricia Morgan putting into the world. Rhode Island does have some really great progressive politicians and some really great work happening out of this like small but mighty state.
Look, we're seeing a whole bunch of crazy ass white people across this
We sure
country.
are.
What I mean by that is, look, I got a book coming out in the first quarter of next year called White Fear, how the changing face of America is making white folks lose their minds. We're seeing an Oklahoma legislator put forth a bill that if one parent objects to a book in a library, it has to be removed. And if the librarian doesn't, they can't work for a school district for 2 or 3 years. I mean, these people are. I mean, I've been warning people to understand what's going on here, and it is the emerging majority. It is the browning of America that is driving them crazy, and this desire to maintain control, and that is continuing to define America through the prism of whiteness.
Yeah, white supremacy is rampant. White supremacy is rampant in our states. And I think it is up to each and every one of us to call it out and to acknowledge that we cannot let these systems be the truth or the things that are leading our communities and the ideas that really are shining through louder than anything else. Like being the only queer Black woman in the Rhode Island legislature is hard as hell. And every day up until today, the most I had gotten on Twitter was white supremacist trolls who were telling me every day that I'm a Black supremacist, that I'm a racist, that I'm disgusting, that because I'm a queer person and I believe in comprehensive sexual health education, that I am a pedophile and that I'm disgusting and all of these things that are just crazy and not true. But I get that on a daily basis as a young queer Black woman who's just trying to do the best for her communities, who is just trying to use her identities and her experiences as a formerly low income Black person from the South and to have policies that make sense for everyday people. And I get called all these names and I can wipe it off and ignore it, but they are really threatened by how much Blackness, brownness, and the oppressed communities in our states are really pushing back and saying, nah, no more, y'all. Like it's time, it's over. Like I'm tired. I am 28 years old. I want to be retired by like 50 because y'all got me working way too hard for this nonsense that I willingly do. But I think it is definitely a testament to how tired we all are and how much nonsense we're no longer going to take, like this tweet.
This was the tweet here you were talking about. You sent 5 days ago. I won't be restarting payments. Please drop the lower third, please. Keenan, please drop the thank you very much. I won't be restarting payments. And then she said the arrogance is stunning and disgusting. But here's what I find to be interesting here, Representative Mack. It's a whole bunch of banks that did not repay money. In fact, we forgave nearly 600 billion PPP loans. And so so I'm just trying to understand. She called it arrogant because we have $1.36 trillion worth of, Keenan, you could go to Representative Mack. We got $1.36 trillion in student loan debt in this country. And you tweet that and she calls that arrogant. But I guarantee you, we probably could go through the books of Rhode Island to see where they likely forgave money that was given to various companies in that state. I'm sure there are tax breaks that have gone to companies in Rhode Island and other states. And I don't recall that being called arrogant and stunning as well. So it's amazing. It's amazing how one person wants to define something as being arrogant and stunning, but what they call something else American investment.
Yeah, I mean, as a Black person, I've been Black my whole life. I will be Black the rest of my life. It is not shocking to me that someone would see an educated Black woman who went to one of the top universities in our country, Brown University, has an Ivy League degree, and is a young, accomplished official who is really just trying to do best for communities that don't look like the majority of communities that are served in our state house, that they are threatened by that. It is a threat to see someone defy all odds and go against this notion of what success looks like. Because for folks like Patricia Morgan, success looks like whiteness. It looks like upholding the systems that oppress others so that you can get ahead. And seeing that I'm not down for that, and that I am really trying to center the voices of the most oppressed, is a threat to white people and to white supremacists. So we need everyone in our communities. We need more young elected Black officials. We need more young folks in office. We need more folks of varying different identities in office, because we cannot just have communities that are run by out of touch older white folks that are not ready to face the realities that it's a new world, and we need every single person to make each and every one of our states better. And things like anti-CRT legislation just ain't it anymore.
I know Robert and Scott have been chomping at the bit to be a part of this conversation. Scott, I'll start with you.
Yeah, it's a fascinating discussion, but to me, the most fascinating part is that you've never met this white legislator or legislator. Is that actually true? And you've had this dialogue, and she's one of your colleagues?
Yes, we have never had the pleasure of meeting in the Rhode Island State House due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And she is in the lower chamber. She is in the House of Representatives, and I am in the upper chamber, the Rhode Island State Senate. So we do not collaborate. And as someone who is on a very different side of the spectrum, I do not plan on doing much work with someone like her.
Good luck with building that relationship.
Robert.
While you were speaking, I had to look up some Rhode Island facts because I realized I know nothing about Rhode Island outside of Family Guy, which is set in Quahog. But so there's only 78,000 Black folks in Rhode Island. Why is she so afraid of critical race theory somehow polluting and making schools in Rhode Island too Black? You know, what exactly is motivating this fear among the white conservatives there?
Well, I wish I could tell you. I don't really know. It's a whole bunch of white nonsense, as you can see, and it just continues to be white nonsense with no answers and fear. But Rhode Island, we got really great food, restaurant capital of the world, some of the best universities that are here, and we have a state coral. That's not a fun fact. We just got a state coral.
You know, you can come back to Atlanta, right? Like we got space. You can come back. Like you don't have to deal with all that. Like there were more Black folks at the Celebration Bowl last week.
Yeah, the way that these rent prices are looking up in Rhode Island, I might be moving back sooner than it looks like, because we do not.
Yeah, come back home. Come back. We got you. Come on back.
You got to stay there for the fight. We need Black folks.
Why? No, come home.
State. You got enough Black people in Atlanta, man. We need her there, okay, to carry on the fight.
Well, God bless you. You fight the good old fight.
Rhode Island.
Yeah, well, I like to see Atlanta fighting for me. I will come back. Once these rates are looking a little different, I might come back, but Atlanta's kind of popping off right now. So I'm not really sure. Well, Rhode Island's not doing any better. We got some of the worst rates in the nation right now. Actually, Rhode Island has been #1 in COVID rates almost the entirety of this pandemic. And we make national headlines because Rhode Island also cannot get its shit together when it comes to COVID.
Well, God bless you for fighting a good fight.
Yes,
absolutely.
Well, I will say this: every year that Jeffrey Osborne has his golf tournament, we dramatically increase the Black population of Rhode Island with all the brothers and sisters who comes in to play golf. Jeffrey has assured me that his tournament is returning in 2022, and so let me go ahead and extend an invitation to you now. So if you're looking for a family reunion type get together, come to the golf tournament. It's normally in late July and August.
Okay.
And in fact, you can invite Patricia on out if she want to see some more Black people. And I'm quite sure we can educate her on what Blackness is, since she's so sad that she lost her a Black friend in you.
I'll leave that to y'all. But y'all consider an invite if you want to, but I'll leave that to y'all.
All right, then.
Follow-up question: does she think that her black friend like ran away or escaped? Because usually when they ran away, they went north. She's already north. So can somebody inform her of that? We is free now. It's okay. We can leave when we want to.
She might want Tiara to go to Canada. She want to go further north.
Hey, but
Ooh,
Roland,
it's too
what is
cold there for
Tiara?
me. I'm already as cold as it can be in Rhode Island. Like, I don't know if I can go any further north, y'all.
What is Tiara? What is your, when you do get back in person or even by Zoom, you're going to meet and see this person for the first time. Tell me about that conversation, or what you anticipate that conversation to be, if any.
Well, probably awkward for her, but for me, as an unapologetically young Black queer woman, I do not have a mind to placate these white folks who will say anything and everything online behind your backs, but never to your face. And as an unapologetically young Black queer person who's already had it, is already done with these systems that have continuously disrespected me and folks who look like me, it won't faze me none to continue to tell her who she is and who I am. If that hurts her feelings, then this maybe isn't the work for you, baby girl.
Again, thank you for being there.
Last question for you: how many other Black people are in the legislature there in Rhode Island?
So in that's a good question. So in the Rhode Island Senate chamber, I am the only woman that identifies as Black. We do have
sorry, you're in the Senate. My apologies. Earlier I called you a representative, so you're a senator. You're a state senator. Go ahead. So you're the only Black state senator.
Yes, the only Black state senator in the Rhode Island Senate, and on the House we have maybe folks who identify as Black. I think we have around 5 total. We have 21 Black and brown folks who identify mostly as Latinx, and some folks who are biracial. But I am one of 2 or 3 Black women.
All right, then. Well, Senator Mack, glad to have you on the show to talk about being the former Black friend of Pat. Again, folks have really been going in. In fact, Michael Harriet, I don't know if you saw this. Let me see if I can pull it up. Michael Harriet started a hashtag here. Wait a minute. Well, where's the hashtag? Yeah, let me switch to it right here. He started this hashtag I had a white friend. And so folks have been commenting, you giving all their different examples of hashtag I had a white friend. So folks have been, Black Twitter has been having a field day with this. And so we appreciate you coming on the show and sharing your thoughts with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Well, look, keep giving them hell up there in Rhode Island, and we'll keep giving them hell here in Roland Martin.
Sounds good.
Thanks a bunch.
All right, folks, back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Stay Black. I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?